Hey there everybody, Coach Joe here of the Atlanta Talonflames. I'm here to bring you guys a new video for you guys. And it's a little bit of a different one because I've honestly never done it before. As you guys can also see, I'm using full face cam for the first time. It's mainly because, I didn't really know how to set up this video per se. But the main reason that I'm doing it is because, as you guys have seen, I've been doing draft league content on YouTube for about 4 months now. I think it'll be 4 months next Saturday, I think is when I started, or something like that. Or maybe if it's my brother's birthday, I'm not even entirely certain, but my brother's birthday is coming up in a couple days, so, happy early birthday to my brother. But back to the basics, back to why I'm doing it this way. I joined another YouTube league. I joined the United Pokemon Alliance, and we had our draft, and this is my draft analysis battle. Not a battle, a draft analysis. It's, the video of me showing what I picked, why I picked them. I'll be honest, guys, I should have done this a while back, but I'm not. I've been, backloaded with a lot of stuff. I've been backloaded with work, and, I'm not really around as much to do this stuff. But we're gonna get into that real quick. I'm gonna show you guys what I picked, why I picked them, potential strategies I could use for them and whatnot. And then we're just gonna go from there with the UPA, see what we do in that series, because a lot of these guys that are in this league, they're actually from the IBL, which you guys just saw our battle against Incog and the Boston Cyndaquils, and then this Sunday is going to be the battle against the Vegas Golden Corviknights. I'm not going to spoil what happens in that battle. All I'm going to say is that you guys need to go and watch it when it goes live on Sunday, because it's a great battle against a great guy who is potentially retiring after this year. So either he beats us and has a shot at, being like an actual NFL player or professional sports player, and he gets a chance to go out on top with a ring right off into the sunset, or we spoil it for him. But anyway, let's get into the UPA draft analysis video right now, and here we go. We are starting with round one of our draft analysis video, and our first draft pick was an Ultra Beast, Celestila. And I picked it for two reasons specifically. The first reason is a personal preference of mine. I love steel types. I have always loved steel types from the minute I got into this franchise, of which my brother got me into this franchise, and I've loved the franchise ever since. And ever since that, I've loved steel. I just love their designs. I love their power. I love their ability to be an offensive sweeper or a defensive tank. They could be speedy. They could be anything. And when I saw, and you guys saw what happened in the Crown Tundra Let's Play, that first video I did where we got introduced to Peony. When I saw that he was a steel type trainer, my mind was just yes, because we finally had a steel type trainer in Galar. And, well, I mean, we kind of did in Rose, which is, quote unquote his brother, so we found that out. But at the same time, it's like, I love the steel type. I've always loved it. And the second reason, and this is from my Showdown League that I was a part of, in Fun and Friendly Gaming Discord server, the C4 Miles Draft League. Shout out to them, by the way. My first battle in that league, I had battled against a Celestila. And going into it, I'd never used Ultra Beast before. I only caught them in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon just to have, the Pokedex data. So I had no idea what to expect with Beast Boost. I thought it was, I didn't know what it was, but the guy used Autotomize to get the speed, and so I thought, okay, so it knocks it out, it's going to get a plus, an extra speed, so it's going to go to +3 instead of that +2. No, apparently Beast Boost works with the highest base stat that you have after the EVs and the IVs and all that other hullabaloo. So Celestila actually got special attack boosts, and it just ran roughshod on me. And then I was done. So I'm going to try and run Celestila this year and see what I can get out of it. Has plenty of options out there. Like I said, it could be a tank, it could be a sweeper, it could be anything and everything. And I'm just excited to use it. Next up, I went with my G-Max pick, and I decided to pick G-Max Lapras. You guys have seen me use Lapras before in draft, and it works really well. And I've very much enjoyed, using Lapras in the past before, uh, and then just going around with it. I mean, it's a water ice type. It's a very good offensive Pokemon, and it also can be defensive at the same time. It's got the ability to run like Drill Run and Iron Head, and I think it might get Play Rough, but I'm not entirely 100% certain on that one. But I know it gets a lot of coverage moves, so it can deal damage on anything. I can run it with a weakness policy as it's maxed, and then just set up with I could have Iron Head for defense boost. I could have Drill Run for special defense boost, depending on what I want. I could have Max Geyser. I could have the G Max Resonance, and then go from there and see what happens afterwards. The next Pokemon I picked, this one is a little bit of a fun one for me, but it's also a shout out to my friend Angel in the Shiva Shack Discord/Draft League. Elaine has been a staple of Angel's team, or as you can see, it's Mimikyu, but she nicknamed hers Elaine. It's her baby. And Mimikyu, as a Ghost Fairy type, we all know how strong this thing can be. Without Mold Breaker, without Terravolt, Turbo Blaze, all those, ability canceling abilities, quote unquote, Mimikyu is just broken. Ghost Fairy has great move set, has very strong attack, it's good with speed, it takes a hit, and then it can just, go roughshod on opponents. So I very much am looking forward to using Mimikyu. I'm looking forward to keeping Angel's beliefs alive that Elaine is one of the best Pokemon out there, and it is. We all agree Mimikyu is very, very, very good. So I look forward to using Mimikyu in the UPA, and we're going to go from there and see, if it does well for me and if I can live up to the expectations of such a great Mon in her eyes. Next up is Galarian Moltres, and this one was an interesting one for me personally because I don't really use legendaries, Ultra Beasts, Mythicals, all that stuff. I do sometimes, just for fun. Like, if I'm just having a friendly battle with my friends. I've never really done it in competitive formats before. Personally, I thought that the whole legendary, mythical, restricted format, I felt like it took a little bit away from the game in a sense, but at the same time, those Pokemon are just, a little bit stronger versions of the ones that already are overused and underused and all those other Smogon tiers and all that other that you want to do. But Galarian Moltres is a very interesting one, especially in singles, because its ability Berserk, when it goes underneath 50% health, it gets a special attack boost. Theoretically, I could have, a nasty plot already up there, take a hit, per se, go to +3 on it, and then just spam Fiery Wrath or spam Air Slash or something like that. I could run Hurricane, but Hurricane with the accuracy, it's a little iffy at best. But I think it also gets Acrobatics and stuff like that. I think it gets Steel Wing because it's a flying type and it's got wings, so I would think it would get Steel Wing. And I think it gets Tailwind too, but I'm not entirely 100% certain. I haven't really looked at it per se. But we're going to see how Galarian Moltres does for us in UPA. I'm looking forward to using it. And mainly I picked it because, it's a Dark-type Pokemon. And as you can see, I've gotten, so far, in my first 4 picks, I had Steel, Flying, Water, Ice, Ghost, Fairy, Dark. I've got 7 of the 18 types. Can I get to 18? We'll find out. Next up is Venusaur. So now we're up to 9 of the 18 types. I'm already at 50%. I only have 5 picks. Venusaur, you guys have seen what I can do with this thing. In his G-Max form, you guys have seen what I can do with this bad boy with Bloomin' Onion, or as Incog used his Sorin, which was a very interesting set. And also, I'm getting High School Musical vibes again. Don't get me wrong, that was a great franchise. I'm not saying that was a bad thing. I'm 24. I grew up on High School Musical. Of course I'm going to like it, even though, it was, High School Musical and all that other stuff. But getting back to Venusaur, can run it as an Uber Sun Sweeper, could run it as a just, Chlorophyll user, in a sense. Could run it the way that Incog ran his with Leech Seed, Knockoff, Synthesis, and just, stall out opposing teams and just, really take people for granted and whatnot. And it also does get Weather Ball. So if I did run Sunny Day, I could have Fire type coverage. If I have Hail, I have Ice type coverage. If it runs Sand, I have Rock type coverage. And if I have Rain, I have Water type coverage. So it can do a lot of things around there. So I'm looking forward to using regular Venusaur, not Gigantamax. You guys see I can only use Gigantamax Lapras in this league. Next up is Porygon 2, up to 10 now. We're at 10 of the 18 types. Porygon 2, we all know this thing. This thing, Dusclops. Very simple. Eviolite. Just throw an Eviolite on this thing. This thing will take hits. This thing will not go down easily. It'll go down, potentially, but it won't go down easily. You gotta have a knockoff, man. Otherwise, this thing will stall you out. I mean, there's a reason why Dusclops, you guys saw what happened with Series 6, I think it was. It was either 6 or it was 5. One of the two. But we all saw it. Like, they were all joking around with it. That Dusclops was going to get the ban hammer, and then Porygon 2 says, oh, look, a door for banning. I'm going to walk through that door. And Dusclops was like, thank you. Slam the door shut. So, Porygon 2, very good. Very tanky, very bulky. Give it Eviolite, and done. There's really nothing more I can say on it. I mean, it's got great coverage across the board, too. Next up is Charizard. As I said, I have a Sun Sweeper. I could use this thing with solar powers, have a Sunny Day set up, get some extra power with Life Orb and the solar power boost. It could be a mixed attacker. It can be fast. I think there's something that it can be done with like a setup variation, but I'm not 100% certain on that one. But Charizard is a very good mon. We all love Charizard. It's one of the best out there. One of the best starters that we've ever had in the franchise. And I'm looking forward to using Charizard in UPA, of which also we're up to 11 now. Up to 11 types. I'm going to keep that count down until we get to see what we have, guys. Up to 12 now. We are electric type. Electivire. Ever since the anime, I'll be honest with you guys, because I do watch the anime every so often and all that stuff. And it's good anime. I like it. I don't really get why people. Look, I respect everybody's opinion on the anime. Everybody said the Black and White series wasn't all the greatest. It was okay. It by far of all of them, I think a lot of people can agree it was the lowest. But I don't think it deserves all the hate that it gets. Even though yes, it was designed to be a semi reboot to most people's extent on that. But Electivire in the end of Advanced Generation, we saw that Gary Oak had an Electivire. That was Ash's first taste of what Electivire is. That was we had Munchlax at the time. We did have Bondslide. We did have Mime Jr. We did have Lucario in the movie. But we didn't really have a fully evolved Pokemon from Gen 1 in the anime at that time. And then we did get Electivire, and then we saw what Paul, his rival in Sinnoh, one of the best rivals in the franchise. We all can agree on that. He used Electivire. It was really, really good. It's got great coverage. It can learn all the elemental punches. It can be used as a taunt mon in case I see anything for setup. It can use Earthquake. It's got a lot of coverage around there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to using Electivire in this league because I've never used it before. Again, it's another one that I just caught or traded to get the experience or the Pokedex data for. Next up is Butterfree. We're up to 13 types now, guys. 13. Let's see if we can get to the magic number, guys. But Butterfree, you guys have seen what I can. Well, you guys haven't really seen what I can do with it. But the standard thing is it'll either have a Focus Sash or Heavy Duty Boots, one of the two. It'll have Compound Eyes, get the Sleep Powder, get a couple of Quiver Dances out there, and then try to run Rough Shot on opponents and whatnot, and then try to go from there and get some damage on there. And then it has some. It gets Giga Drain and stuff like that. I think it gets Energy Ball, but I'm not entirely certain. But the Compound Eyes is there simply for Sleep Powder, Hurricane, and go from there. Next up is Silvala. Now, to an extent, this could be considered as, you know, I've got all 18 types covered. But because it's generically a normal type, we're going to hold off on that, and we're just going to say that it's a normal type, so we're still at 13. But the fact that I have Silvala means that I have access to all 18 elemental types. I can change it up each week, depending on my opponent, what their team looks like, and, you know, just go from there and see what I can do with Silvala. I mean, I've done well with it before. I mean, you guys saw what I did in IBL with Silvala, the clutch grass pledge, which was a last minute move. it was really like last minute. Like I was like, I don't have anything for Cloyster. I know Cloyster is very good on the physical side, but not the special side. And it was more so just I hit the move, and either I win or he wins. It was as simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, you guys see what I can do with this thing? I love it. As Arceus, or to quote one person, Arceus. I don't really know about the pronunciation, you guys. I just like it for the entertainment, to be honest with you guys. But I do have Silvala. I have wide range on types, and we're gonna see what I can do with it. And then our final Pokemon that we picked, this Mon, I think might be, you know, the quote-unquote wild card, in a sense, of my team. And it brings us up to 15 types, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll do a final recap of all the types that I have after I talk about this one. Tyrantrum, rock dragon type. It's really good. It's fast. It's hard hitting. It's got the rock hit ability. So basically, I just slap a choice scarf on it and say, "Hey, head smash. How you doing? Oh, hi there. My head is ready to smash things. Oh, you want to hit something with your head? Yes, I do. All right, let's do it. Use head smash." And I get massive power with no recoil. But yeah, I mean, and then I could also run Strong Jaw, you know, a couple weeks if I want to, you know, get Crunch Boost, and I think it's all the Elemental Fangs minus Poison Fang, get Psychic Fangs. So I could run that a week if I wanted to. But primarily, Rockhead, Head Smash, Choice Scarf, just spam that move until the cows come home. But for final look at the types, again, I said I was going to do this, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The only types that we are missing are, we're missing a fighting type, we're missing a ground type, and I think the other one we're missing is a fairy type. Yeah. So, ground, fighting, and fairy were the only 3 types that I did not pick for UPA. But theoretically, with Silvala, I technically have them. But the way that they're designed ahead of time, like when they were first revealed, I have 15 of the 18 types. So I've got coverage across the board, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this draft analysis video. I know I'm looking forward to being a part of the UPA. I'm looking forward to all the battles I'm going to do with these guys. And yeah, we're just going to, go from there, folks. I hope you guys, support us. You can support all the other coaches. I'll have links for each of their channels in the description below. We also have a fan Discord server. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you guys can join that server, and you can click on the Talonflames role to get notified whenever I post a video. And we will go from there, ladies and gentlemen. I am looking forward to this. Thank you guys for supporting us. Thanks for coming out and watching this draft analysis video. And I will see you guys on the battle days. Peace out.